Hey guys, so I wanted to talk to you today about relationships. Someone once told me that oftentimes we set goals for our lives, or we try to find a purpose in our life, and we work really hard to achieve that goal until an obstacle gets in the way. And then once we face an obstacle, we turn our focus from the goal and put all of our focus on the obstacle, that often we forget what our goal was, or we never achieve our goal because we're stuck on that obstacle. So we should always keep our eyes on the goal. And this week I found that I had a huge obstacle in front of me, and that obstacle had to do with relationships. That obstacle was my mom guilt. And you're probably thinking, what does mom guilt have to do with eating healthy? For me, it has a lot to do with it. You see, I probably am gone upwards to 11 hours a day. I get up before my husband and my son. I am gone all day. When I get home, I just get a few precious hours with him. And I already have huge mom guilt for that. For the longest time, I didn't even know if I really should be teaching because I felt guilty for leaving him, and I spent many hours in prayer begging the Lord to let me stay home. But the Lord has called me to be a teacher right now. I don't know how long that will be, but the Lord has called me to be a teacher, and He has called me to the school that I'm at. And so I had learned to get past that type of mom guilt that I was feeling. However, now that I have started this I've started this healthy lifestyle journey, that mom guilt has doubled, because now when I get home, those few precious hours are spent cleaning and cooking. And I did that a little bit before, not as faithfully as I should have, but when you're cooking healthy foods that are whole foods, that are from scratch, it takes much more time and effort, takes much more preparation, and it takes a lot more cleanup. But I'm not just cooking dinner. I'm prepping for breakfast. I'm packing our lunches. I'm doing a lot of work, and then I'm having to clean up on top of that, plus keep up with the other household chores that I'm supposed to be doing. And so these past 2 weeks, my mom guilt has just been festering, because I want to go home and I want to play with my kid. I want to go home and spend time with him and give him and try to put in a full day's worth of attention in just a few hours. And I have shed many tears this week, crying over the fact that I thought I was a bad mom because I'm putting my focus on a healthy lifestyle. And I thought that I wasn't giving him enough attention. And I cried and cried, and I talked to people. I talked to many people wiser than I am. And the best piece of advice I got was from my pastor's wife. She tells me this all the time because she knows I have a problem with worrying. But she reminded me, she said, "Tabitha, remember, what is truth? What is truth?" And I had to think about it. I had to think about what the truth was, and I had to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. And the truth is, I am not being selfish for coming home and taking care of my house. It's the opposite. I love my family. I love my son. I want him to live in a clean house. I want him to be able to play without playing on a dirty floor. I cook healthy foods because I want my family to develop a healthy lifestyle. I'm cooking healthy foods because I want my son to grow up with a mother that is healthy, a mother that he doesn't have to worry about her diseases getting out of control. I don't want him to someday be afraid that I might have diabetes because I didn't control my PCOS and my blood sugar went out of control. I don't want those things for my son. So when I do these things, these exhausting things that I'm so tired for, I do it for him. And I do it for my husband. So that is my truth. That is my truth. And you know what? I realize that mom guilt is as false as it can be. Mom guilt is something that Satan uses to keep moms down, to help us get our eyes off of the goal. to help us get our eyes off of the purpose, to help us get our eyes off of God. And I don't want to allow that to happen anymore. I don't want a false mom guilt to get in my way. And so now that I think about it, I do come home and I do work hard. But let me allow those times to teach my son. I need to make those moments count regardless of what I'm doing. So when I'm cleaning the dishes, let me sing to him. And he needs to watch me do these things. While I'm cooking, I can dance while he's dancing to the Wiggles. When he comes to me with a book and says, "Book?" let me stop what I'm doing and read to him for only the 30 seconds that he really wants, just to cuddle and to hear my voice. When I'm done with all my work, let me spend those last little bits with him, reading to him, loving him. All of those things are precious. All of those things are my truth. So, you know what? I'm just going to tell mom guilt to go away because it has no place in my heart and in my life. And I'm going to start thinking about my truths. And that is a big truth of mine, is that I am a good mom. And mom guilt really means that I care. Anytime somebody has mom guilt or I have mom guilt, I have to realize it's because I care. I care so much, and I love my family so much, and I just want to be the best mom that I can be. And that is the furthest from being a bad mom. So stop it, mom guilt.